Hi everyone, this is Nikki Rowland and today I have a layout for Peartree Cutfiles. It's their first birthday and I was asked if I would like to join in with a celebration hop, and of course I did. Of course the answer was yes. I'm using the Safe Travels collection today by Simple Stories that I got from Lottie Loves Paper, and I'm using the Let's Go cut file from Peartree Cutfiles. So I really love this. It's got a big arrow inside the word, the O, and I'm going to just backfill that manually with my scissors and a pencil. I did that off screen so you didn't have to watch me. But yeah, I have backfilled the arrow separately. So I've got the kind of like a rusty colour reddy coral rusty colour inside the arrow, and then the letters G and O are backfilled in a light pink stripe. So that works well because the darker coral or rust colour really shows up well against the light pink. So that works well. And quite often I cut my cut files in white, and then I get really annoyed that they don't show up on a white background. Of course they don't. So I either need to cut my cut files in a different colour, or I need to put them onto a colourful background or a coloured background. So I had this template to one side of me for a circle because I'd cut a large circle to use on another layout from white, and I was left with the negative piece. So I decided, I just looked over and it just happened to be there, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to draw around it and cut out a piece of paper. I thought I would go for a semicircle, and I could have it like on a hill. That's what I was kind of going with, but it just didn't quite look right. It was not, the semicircle wasn't big enough to house the cut file that way, so it needed to go in the middle. So I did cut my my circle in half, but that's okay. I'm just going to stitch it back together again using a zigzag stitch on my sewing machine. So I'm just going to tape it on the back and then sew through it on the sewing machine. So yeah, no problem. And it's going to be mostly hidden anyway, but I don't mind having a bit of stitching showing. That's absolutely fine. So I'm just trying to work out if I can fit 3 photos onto this layout along with that giant circle and the big cut file. So it's ends up being a pretty busy layout, but I do manage to just about do it. I'm fortunate in that my photos, the 2 bigger photos, could be overlapped quite nicely. So here I am just putting my my circle back together, and just going to whiz that through the sewing machine. There we go. So I've just whizzed through it with a zigzag stitch from white thread, and then I'm going to stick that onto my background. So you can see that I've gone for a white cardstock background, and then I've cut a piece of crosshatch patterned paper from the Simple Stories Safe Travel collection. I've cut that down to about 11 inches square, I believe. Distressed the edges and stuck it to the background. I've just splattered it there with white paint. Not that you can see, it doesn't show up very well because it is such a open pattern. So I thought I'd come in and do some more splatters on that lovely mustard coloured paper that has arrows on it that's I've used for my circle. So now I am just going to stick my cut file on. So I'm doing, anyone who's actually watching me, I'm sure you're all cringing because I've just splattered the background with white, immediately stuck on the circle, and now I've just splattered the circle with white, and now I'm going to immediately stick on the cut file. So it's all still wet, but I do tend to find that it works okay. It doesn't really matter that much, and as long as I don't put my fingers in it and smudge it, then generally it's okay. So, but yes, the answer is it was still wet when I stuck everything down. Okay, right, so here I am with my photos mounted and stuck on. I don't know if they're actually stuck, but certainly I know where they're going to go. Quite often I tack my photos in place just with their bottom edges to begin with, and then I stick them down properly later once I've committed to my design. So I'm aiming, I think I've probably done that, so the top edges are not stuck. I want to put a couple of tags because the Simple Stories collections have these lovely sheets of tags papers in them these days. I love them. So I wanted to use a couple of tags, so I've just cut them out. I've got, I need to distress the edges, sew around them, put holes in them, add twine or ribbon, and then they can go there. But they're just there as a placeholder for the moment. I'm just going to add some arrows. I like the use of arrows on this paper, on this collection and this layout so far. I've obviously got the arrow in the cut file. I've got the arrows on the mustard circle, and then I thought I would use more arrows everywhere else. So I'm just putting a whole cluster of them pointing up to my photos on the left. And then over on the right hand side, I'm just kind of carrying on, kind of building up little clusters, bits and pieces here and there. I'm just adding in some puffy, not puffy, sorry, foam stickers from the phrase or icon sticker sheet. And I've got some ephemera as well. So I want to use some labels. I've got happy, get away, adventure awaits, play all day, this way, wandering together, play a little. So I should say that these photos aren't travel related at all. We are out in the woods. We do a lot of that. We go to the woods a lot. I did a little number of layouts with this collection a few weeks or maybe even months ago. And then this is more photos, different day, same woods. We go there a lot. But they always have the best time just running around the woods, exploring, jumping on all the tree stumps and climbing trees and building dens and all sorts. So we have fun in the woods. So yeah, same photos, different days. Okay, so I've added a sunshine because we did actually have a little bit of sun that day. It wasn't overly warm. They've got jumpers on. Definitely can't call it summer just yet, but yeah, it was a nice-ish day. So there was sunshine on there, and I've got a little cluster at the bottom right of the left photo. That's a little envelope, which is it's actually a postcard I'm just sticking on now. I know that I just said this layout is not travel related, but I'm going with it. Our favourite place, adventure. And then I've got some stickers, some flower stickers, so some chipboard and some regular flat ones, cardstock stickers. Here I am just sorting my tags out. So I believe they're already distressed and I think I've already sewn around the edges with my machine. And now I'm just tying through with some ribbon. So I've got this lovely saddle stitched ribbon I've had for years. And it's like kind of teal colour. So I've just tied that, poked that through and then tied it with like a turquoise, not quite turquoise, a darker one than that, indigo baker's twine as well, or aqua baker's twine too. So just tie that around in a bow, and I find that is a good way of tying ribbon at the top. So because if you were trying to tie a ribbon in a bow, it quite often would be too much for the layout, too thick. The knot wouldn't be great. So this way I find is a really good way of securing ribbon into tags. Okay, so they look good there. I'm happy with those there, sticking up above my my photo. And I'm just going to get all those stuck in place now. So like I said, I tend to tack the bottom of my photos and other elements as well. And then I raise them, the tops on foam pads. And that's for two reasons. One is to tack them in place in the first place to make sure I'm happy with the position. And secondly, because I like everything to have dimension. And I tend to layer things at the bottom of photos rather than the top. So it helps me that the bottom of my photos are stuck flat and with the top bits raised. They still get dimension, but it means I can still stick things over the bottom section, bottom edge. Just adding in a little compass there. Not that we've used a compass. We generally don't get lost in these woods. They're not that big. But it kind of works. So I went with that. Some geotags on the layout as well. Just adding in some label stickers now, yeah, just adding those in. They're from the sticker sheet, the 12 by 12 sticker sheet. They've got some great phrases on there. I mean, this layout, this collection is supposed to be travel themed, but there is a lot of it that you can use for not going on like a hot holiday, for example. There's a Sunkish collection for that, but this one is really good. I mean, there are aeroplanes and things, but there are lots and lots of other things. I haven't made a single travel layout with this collection, but I've made lots of layouts about us in the woods. So I didn't really have anywhere to put my journaling, so I've gone around the outside edge of my circle, which was a bit of a brave move. I didn't have that much to say, so I've gone for quite a thick pen. But there we go, that's me all finished. I really like how this turned out. I love that cut file so much. Check it out in the Peartree Cutfiles store. Yeah, thank you very much for hopping along today. Happy birthday to Peartree Cutfiles. They have certainly taken the market by storm since they arrived on the scene a year ago. What awesome cut files they are. Head over to the Facebook group to find out about all the promotions and things that are going on. Thank you so much for joining me. That was Nikki Rowland for Peartree Cutfiles.